What are we gonna do tonight, O.C.G?
Well, the same thing we try to do every night, Bertrum. Take over YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, joined once again by my faithful manservant / buck totem Bertrum. And this is our retrospective for the Bayonetta series. So, dear viewers, if you wouldn't mind, don't you dare forget to subscribe to this channel and like this video. Oh, and if you can, make sure you watch the video to the end. The YouTube algorithm really likes it when you do that. Nudge nudge, wink wink. Bayonetta. Now there's a series of video games that knows how to keep a gentleman entertained, with its over-the-top action and sassy protagonist.
What does protagonist mean?
Your mother.
What?
Protagonist means hero, main character, hot dog.
I think you mean top dog.
Yes. That. Anyway, Bayonetta originally released in 2009. A year I remember fondly as the year I had an illicit affair with a warlock, which is a witch with a penis, in case you didn't know. Let's just say he did more than put a spell on me. Ha ha.
I don't get it.
Never mind, Bertrum. So, you're probably wondering what the hell is Bayonetta?
Actually, I'm still trying to figure out what you meant by did more than put a spell on me.
He tickled my poopo, okay? Anyway, Bayonetta was the first game to release in the very popular Bayonetta series of video games. A series I myself absolutely bloody adore. And not just because it features the sexiest video game character in existence.
Sexier than Barry Bertrum?
Let me rephrase that. Bayonetta is the second sexiest video game character in existence. But though his name also starts with the letter B, Barry Bertrum is no Bayonetta. For a start, Bayonetta is a woman, and Signor Bertrum is a man, just in case you hadn't noticed.
And what a man he is!
Oh, indeed, Bertrum, indeed. Hairier than a gorilla's snatch, and twice as attractive.
Who would you say is the third sexiest video game character of all time?
Oh, Cloud Strife, of course.
Yes.
Especially in the remake, when he's dressed up like a woman, ooh la la.
Oh, indeed. I must have watched that scene about 275 times.
Oh yes, I would do things to that man that would.
Remember we're still recording, O.C.G.
Ah, shit. Anyway, did I ever tell you, Bertrum, that I once met Bayonetta at a convention?
No.
Well, I say I met Bayonetta. I actually met a very overweight chap dressed up as Bayonetta.
Oh, you said I looked amazing!
Yes, it did. I'll never forget the center spread they had of Minnie Mouse in the December issue that year. Oh my. She had a marvelous mouse hoe.
Oh, I didn't know Disney characters posed nude.
Oh yes. I have a wonderful signed picture of Donald with his duck out. Anyway, in this game, we must stop a god from being resurrected or some such nonsense. The story is just an excuse for us to kick lots of ass. And kick lots of ass we do.
Maybe it would be helpful if you recap the story for all of our disloyal viewers.
Oh, fine.
And maybe do it in an amusing accent.
Don't push it. So, here is Bayonetta 1, recapped. Badly. So, in the world of Bayonetta, players follow the story of a sassy and stylish witch named, you guessed it, Bayonetta, who battles angelic forces as she unravels the mysteries of her past. Anyway, when Bayonetta awakens from a 500-year slumber, she finds herself caught in a war between the Umbra Witches and the Lumen Sages. Armed with her magical hair and a pair of fantastic breasts. Guns. A pair of fantastic guns strapped to her high heels, she sets out to uncover her forgotten memories, while kicking some angelic butts along the way. Now, as Bayonetta navigates through a variety of stunning locations, she encounters eccentric characters and engages in ridiculous battles with her foes. These angelic enemies, however, never stand a chance against Bayonetta and her fantastic pair of breasts. Fantastic pair of pistols, and her wicked sense of humor. Throughout her journey, Bayonetta encounters plenty of side characters, including Jeanne, a fellow witch, Luca, a potential love interest, and Cereza, a little girl who is totally not Bayonetta as a little girl. Spoilers, she is. So anyway, you'll go through levels, sexual innuendo, little joke here, Easter egg there. Eventually you figure out your father is the bad guy. Oh my god, didn't see that one coming. You fight your father, who's the bad guy, then you fight a big god thing, save the day, the end.
That was awful, O.C.G.
Thank you, Bertrum. So, what else can I tell you about Bayonetta numero uno?
What does numero uno mean?
Number 1. It means 1.
Oh.
Well, this game was originally released back in 2009, like I already said. It was developed by those talented bastards at Platinum Games. You can play it on the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, Nintendo Wii U, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One.
Xbox One.
Yes, Xbox One. PC.
PC.
That's what I said. PC.
It sounds like you're saying PC.
I'm not saying PC, I'm saying PC.
Oh, I see. Anyway, who wrote this game?
A team of talented bastards with names I can't pronounce.
Who directed this game?
A talented bastard with a name I can't pronounce.
Who did the character designs for this game?
A talented bastard with a name I can't pronounce.
Who delivered coffee to the developers each and every day?
A talented bastard with a... No, actually, I can pronounce their name. It's Simon.
Simon.
I don't know his surname.
Oh, shame.
Upon release, made-up gaming sites like IGN awarded the Xbox 360 version of this game a 9.6 out of 10. But as you know, dear viewers, the only opinion I appreciate round here is my own. So what do I think of the game? Well, if I had to describe this game in one word, it would be moist.
Moist?
Yes, moist.
Why moist?
Because that's what all the horny teenagers out there will be whilst playing this game.
Okay.
So, is this game good? Well, ask the erection I had for the duration of the game's runtime, and he will tell you in a squeaky voice that this game isn't good. It's very good.
Why does he talk with a squeaky voice?
Well, you see, a gypsy put a curse on him.
Oh, I see.
Bayonetta is still as good today as it was 14 years ago. What a unique and stylish combat system. Bayonetta moves like a homicidal ballet dancer.
Oh, I didn't know she was gay.
Homicidal, not homicidal.
Oh!
Watching first name Bayon, surname Etta, summon demons and kick bosses in their nether regions is a sight to behold. And what about the young woman herself? Well, Bayonetta is cheeky and has a sultry confidence that would arouse me if I wasn't a raging whoopsie-daisy. But for all you warm-blooded guys and gals, you might be excited to hear that Bayonetta has a penchant for striking provocative poses. Not only that, but she rides a motorcycle, surfs on missiles, summons giant hair demons to smite her enemies, and even turns into a giant boot thingy.
What?
It makes sense if you play the game. It sounds ridiculous, and it is, but in the best way. So, Bayonetta 2 originally released in 2014. A year I remember fondly as the year I genetically modified a Venus flytrap to give it breasts, and I named that Venus flytrap.
Audrey 2?
No, I named it Venus flytrap with breasts.
Oh, original.
Shut up, Bertrum. So, you're probably wondering what the hell is Bayonetta 2?
No, not really. I think it's fairly obvious.
Shut up, Bertrum. Well, Bayonetta 2, also known as The One Bayonetta Got a Haircut, is a sequel to the original Bayonetta. Now, speaking of Bayonetta's haircut, I can't say I admire her hair in this game. It's much too short for my liking. I would be worried I might confuse her for a chap. Albeit a very attractive chap with wonderful long legs and an arse that would make even my Uncle Roger drool.
Oh, is he a pervert?
No, he's dead.
Oh.
So, here's a very, 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 very brief story synopsis. Once again, we play as Bayonetta, and the story this time is mostly about traveling into hell to save your fellow witch, Jean. There is more to it than that, but you can see that for yourself by actually playing the game.
Can I be excused, O.C.G?
Why?
Well, I was hoping I could go to bed and watch Finding Nemo for the 127th time.
If you even attempt to get out of that chair, Bertrum, I am going to set fire to your favorite pair of pajamas.
You wouldn't dare!
Well, I guess you'll just have to sit there and watch me, won't you?
Oh, fine. I hate you.
I hate you too, darling. Now, something I didn't talk about in the Bayonetta 1 section was music. All of the Bayonetta games have fantastic music. Catchy, energetic beats, combining epic orchestral pieces with funky jazz tunes. The music definitely suits the frenetic gameplay of these games. Haha.
Haha, you said phonetic.
What's funny about that?
Actually, I don't know.
Why do I put up with you?
Probably because I know where the bodies are hidden.
Yes, that's true. So, what else can I tell you about this bloody game? Well, there's a 2-player mode, which you can play if you have a friend, /lover, /cult member. The game was originally available on the Wii U, but you can get it now on the Nintendo Switch.
No PlayStation or Xbox release?
Yes, sadly not, Bertram, sadly not.
Oh, bastards!
Calm down, Bertram. Here, take some deep breaths. Good man. Well, you see, Bertram, Nintendo put up the money for Platinum Games to make Bayonetta 2, so that's why Bayonetta 2 and Bayonetta 3, which we'll talk about soon, that's why they are Nintendo exclusive games.
Oh, but it's just not fair. Why won't Nintendo let Platinum Games port the games?
I don't know, Bertram, and honestly, I mean, what can we do? We're a very small YouTube channel. I mean, what are you gonna do? Kidnap Super Mario and hold him hostage and tell Platinum Games that unless they port Bayonetta 2 and Bayonetta 3 to the PlayStation and the Xbox, you're going to hurt Mario or something?
Actually, that's what I'm going to do.
Wait, Bertram, I was just kidding. Where are you going? Bertram! Bertram! Shit, he's gone.
O.C.G, I'm confused.
Well, there's nothing to be confused about, Bertram. I'm not wearing trousers because as soon as this video is over, I'm going to cover myself in peanut butter and...
No, I'm not confused about that. I'm confused about this game. What the hell happened in Bayonetta 2? I didn't understand the story at all.
Because you kept falling asleep and missed large chunks of the game when I streamed it?
Yes?
Fine. I'll recap the story the best way I know how. Badly. Now, in Bayonetta 2, our sassy witch heroine returns for another action-packed adventure, this time venturing into the depths of Inferno to save her friend's soul. Now, after a thrilling opening battle where Bayonetta showcases her epic moves and stunning fashion sense, she finds herself in the city of Vigrid, torn apart by the clash between the realms of Paradiso and Inferno. With her trusty breasts, guns, and her magical hair, she dives headfirst into the chaos and battles hordes of heaven and hell. Accompanied by her newfound friend and motorcycling demon Loki, Bayonetta embarks... Wait a minute, motorcycling? Wait a minute, Bertram, I must have written this story synopsis down incorrectly. I don't recall a bit where Loki motorcycles. Give me a moment. Gotta scrub that bit out. Much better. So, accompanied by her newfound friend Loki, Bayonetta embarks on a journey into the depths of Inferno, all the while dressed in a very revealing costume. Because, well, it wouldn't be Bayonetta without a touch of risque fashion, would it? Ha ha! So eventually you rescue Jean's soul from the depths of Inferno, put it back into her body. You encounter the villain from the first Bayonetta game, but he's young in this game because time travel bollocks. Turns out the villain of this game is actually possessing the villain in the last game, which makes sense, I suppose, but all in all, another fabulous Bayonetta story, and once again ends on a very happy ending. You get to kick the villain's ass and do a pole dancing sequence during the credits. I wish I was kidding about that.
OCG, now I'm even more confused about the story.
Well, tough. Now, upon release, Bayonetta 2 received very good reviews from fake gaming websites like IGN, who awarded the game a 9.5 out of 10. But as you know, dear viewers, I could care less what fake gaming sites think about video games. All that matters is what I think, and I think that Bayonetta 2 is, pardon my French, bloody fantastic.
That's not French.
Shut up, Bertrum. Long story short, I bloody love this game. The music is fantastic, the game has more action than a nymphomaniac's bedroom, and most importantly, like I already said, there's a pole dancing sequence during the end credits. Haha. Well, what are you waiting for? Go and play this game right bloody now. There's no excuse not to. Oh, and why don't you go and watch our hilarious review for Bayonetta 2 after you have watched this retrospective, of course. I'll put a little link to our previous Bayonetta reviews in the description of this very video. Wait a minute, who is that, Bertrum? Is that Super Mario?
I told you I'd do it. Now Nintendo will have to allow Platinum Games to port Bayonetta 2 and 3 to the PS5 and Xbox.
Oh shit! Mamma mia! Bayonetta 3 was released exclusively for the Nintendo Switch last year.
I can't believe those bastards at Nintendo won't let Platinum Games port Bayonetta 2 and 3 to the PS5 and Xbox.
Well, I can't believe you took Super Mario hostage. Speaking of which, I haven't heard a peep out of that plumber with the porn star mustache for a few days now.
Well, that's because I murdered him.
Splendid! So, you're probably wondering what the hell is Bayonetta 3?
The third game in the popular Bayonetta series of video games?
Yes, how did you know?
Call it a lucky guess.
Bayonetta 3 is, unsurprisingly, the sequel to Bayonetta 2, which is, unsurprisingly, the sequel to Bayonetta 1.
Which is, unsurprisingly, the sequel to Bayonetta 0?
No. There is no Bayonetta 0.
Oh, but there's a Resident Evil 0.
Well, that might be true, but there's no Bayonetta 0. So, once again, we play as everyone's favourite witch.
That's not very nice.
I said witch, not bitch, Bertrum.
Oh. Well, that's okay then. If she's a witch, can she do spells like turning people into frogs?
Well, I can't say I've ever seen her do something like that. But she does dance and, take her clothes off a lot to summon creatures to do her bidding.
Oh, I'm sorry, I stopped listening at takes her clothes off.
Get your hands out of your trousers, Bertrum. There'll be time for that later.
Oh, sorry, but you kept pausing the game so you could.
Shut up, Bertrum. Ha ha, what a lunatic. So, story. This time, Bayonetta gets wrapped up in another adventure featuring multiverses and even multiple Bayonettas. So what else can I tell you about this game? Well, the game released in October 2022.
Wasn't it released the same day you got arrested for trying to draw a mustache on a rent boy with permanent marker?
Shut up, Bertrum. But yes, it was. Some people have no sense of humor. Anyway, like I said, Bayonetta 3 is a Nintendo Switch exclusive.
Nintendo bastards!
Calm down, Bertrum. What else can I tell you? Oh yes! There is a new actor voicing Bayonetta for reasons, and the ending caused some controversy with longtime fans of the series.
Oh no! Does it turn out that Bayonetta has been a ghost the whole time?
Oh, however did you guess?
Oh, did I get that right?
No, you schmuck.
Oh. O.C.G, I'm confused.
There's nothing to be confused about, Bertrum. These drugs are called poppers. They will make our lovemaking much more.
No, I'm not confused about that. I'm confused about this game. What the hell happened in Bayonetta 3? I didn't understand the story at all.
Because you kept falling asleep and missed large chunks of the stream when I streamed the game?
Yes?
Fine. Once again, I'll recap the story the best way I know how. Badly. So, we start off in an alternate universe. Bayonetta fights against Singularity, but is killed as Viola watches and inherits the last of her power. Viola is tasked by her commanding officer Sigurd, who just so happens to be the same name as the bad guy, but we'll get to that later, to use a world bridge to escape to another universe and to seek help in the battle against Singularity. So, Viola uses the bridge thing and goes into our Bayonetta's world, where she tells Bayonetta about the multiverse and all that jazz, and basically her, Bayonetta, and Jean all decide that one, Jean is going to go find Dr. Sigurd, who apparently can help with this villain. The twist being that Dr. Sigurd is the villain. Don't ask how. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I would have to look into it a lot more closely, and frankly, I can't be bothered. Anyway, so this Dr. Sigurd is going to turn out to be the villain. Got that? So Bayonetta and Viola decide to head out and find these 5 artifacts that they need to access the Alphaverse.
What's the...
I'm sorry, Bertrum. No questions while I'm recapping the story badly. So they have to find these 5 artifact things so they can get into the Alphaverse and kick the villain's ass. Somehow Bayonetta and Viola get separated and go their separate ways. But long story short, eventually they end up getting the 5 artifacts, going into the Alphaverse. There's a big showdown with the big bad guy, lots of alternate Bayonettas appear. Ooh, I should have also said you encounter other Bayonettas throughout the game. So there's a Bayonetta who looks like a pirate, there's a Bayonetta who's French, there's a Bayonetta who looks like a teenage girl in a hoodie. Multiverse Bayonettas. So they all come together at the end, you fight the bad guy. Oh my god, there's a twist! Viola is actually Bayonetta's daughter. Well, I should say Bayonetta and Luca's daughter. Oh yes, and Luca, for some strange reason, turns into a werewolf in this game. I don't really know why, I couldn't be bothered looking into it, so... Yes, Luca's a werewolf, and he's also Viola's father. Oh yes, and Bayonetta and Luca die at the end of the game, and they go to Inferno together. Very sad. But Viola inherits the title of being called Bayonetta, so if they ever make a Bayonetta 4, which I don't think they will, you'll probably be playing as Viola. Understood?
OCG, now I'm even more confused about the story.
Well, tough titties. Now, upon release, this game received very good reviews from fake gaming websites like IGN, who awarded the game a 9 out of 10. But as you know, dear viewers, I could care less what fake gaming websites score a particular video game. All that matters is what I think. And I think that Bayonetta 3 is, pardon my Italian, blah 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 blah.
That doesn't sound very Italian.
Shut up, Bertrum. I love this game. Like the other Bayonetta games, this is a solid 10 out of 10 for me. Well, what are you waiting for? Go and play this game right bloody now. Well, maybe not right bloody now, maybe wait until the end of the retrospective, then go and play the game. After all, there's no excuse not to. Oh, and prior to playing Bayonetta 3, why don't you go and watch our hilarious review for Bayonetta 3, which I'll put a link to in the description for this video, along with the Bayonetta 2 review, like I already told you. Wait a bloody minute, Bertrum. At the start of this section, did you say you murdered Mario?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I see. Last, but most certainly not least, Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demon was released earlier this year, and is, you guessed it, an origin story of sorts for the witch Bayonetta.
Oh, does that mean we have to see Uncle Ben get killed again?
That's Spider-Man's origin story, you pillock.
Oh, yeah. So what is this game about?
I'm so glad you asked, Bertrum, you beautiful bastard. Set 600 years before the events of the first Bayonetta, Cereza and the Lost Demon sees us playing as a much younger and far less attractive version of Bayonetta, as she teams up with a demon to save her mother. To do that, they must venture into a very scary forest and, destroy 4 elemental orbs or some bollocks. Of course, there's a lot more to the story than that, but I guess you're going to have to play the game for yourselves to find out what. So, what else can I tell about this bloody game? Well, firstly, this is a Nintendo Switch exclusive. Again, so if you don't own a Nintendo Switch, then, well, I guess it sucks to not be a real gamer. I mean, a real gamer owns each and every single gaming console that has ever or will ever be released.
But you don't own a Panasonic.
Shut up, Bertrum. Now, like I already said earlier, this is a prequel to the original Bayonetta, which means it takes place before the original Bayonetta.
Oh!
It was released on March 17th, 2023.
Oh!
And is once again developed by those talented bastards at Platinum Games.
Oh!
Must you do that, Bertrum?
Do what?
Go, oh, every time I say something about this game.
You don't want me to do that?
Obviously.
So what should I say?
Nothing. Say nothing.
Okay.
So, what makes this game different to the others in the franchise, if you haven't already noticed, is the fact you control not just Cereza, but also Cheshire at the same time.
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
Why are you saying nothing?
Because you told me to.
When?
Before, I asked you what should I say when you give information about the game, and you said, say nothing.
I didn't mean say the word oh, you know what? Never mind.
O.C.G, I'm confused again.
No, there's really nothing to be confused about, Bertram. We are homosexuals. That means we occasionally like to...
No, I'm not confused about that. I'm confused about the game's story again. What the hell happened? I didn't understand it at all.
Because once again you were sleeping whilst I was streaming the game?
Yes?
Fine. For the last time, I will recap the story the best way I know how. Badly. So, 600 years before the first Bayonetta game, a far less attractive Bayonetta is led into the forbidden Avon Forest.
Avalon Forest?
Avalon Forest, by a blonde boy in a mask, who Bayonetta just so happens to have seen in her dreams. Oh, and prior to this, Bayonetta was exiled from her home because her mother had sex with a lemon sage.
Lumen Sage?
Lumen sage. So anyway, in the woods, Bayonetta is attacked by a group of men dressed up as fairies and summons a demon to kick the fairies' asses. But the demon ends up possessing Bayonetta's stuffed cat Cheshire.
Just like The Exorcist?
Kind of, but with less projectile vomiting and masturbating with crucifixes. Anyway, Bayonetta and Cheshire set out on a quest to save Bayonetta's mother and send Cheshire back to where he came from for... reasons.
You don't know? Didn't you just play this?
Shut up, Bertram! I was looking at my penis. I mean, my telephone at that part. Anyway, Bayonetta and Cheshire journey through the woods, following a strange white wolf.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe the white wolf laid fucking golden eggs and Bayonetta had a plan to steal them and sell them at market. Just let me recap this as badly as I can. We haven't got all night. So, for most of the game you follow the tracks of the white wolf, which may or may not lay golden eggs. Now, while our characters are doing this, they also destroy 4 elemental cores for reasons, and Bayonetta and the demon inside Cheshire become the best of friends.
Oh!
Stop that, Bertram. Anyway, eventually you'll figure out that the blonde boy in the mask is actually our villain, and he combines with the white wolf thing, and you fight him and win, I think. But then Morgana appears and reveals that she...
Wait, who is Morgana?
Shit! I forgot to mention that part. Well, when Bayonetta was banished, she was taken in by Morgana, who taught her how to, do witch things and whatever. Anyway, the blonde boy in the mask is actually her son, and Morgana is actually the game's final boss. So you beat her, the demon inside Cheshire goes home, and Bayonetta, says something heroic or something. The end.
OCG, now I'm even more confused about the story.
Tough. Upon release, this game received very good reviews, with lesser-known gaming sites like IGN awarding the game a 9 out of 10. But as you already know, dear viewers, and as I've already told you 4 times in this very retrospective, I could care less what other gaming sites think about a game. All that matters is what I think, and I think that Bayonetta Origins is, pardon my Spanish, fucking fantastic.
That's not Spanish.
Shut up, Bertrum. Long story short, I bloody love this game. It's sweet, funny, emotional, exciting, action-packed, and above all, fun. It might not be as arousing as the other Bayonetta games, but I won't hold that against it.
Because you just load up one of the other Bayonetta games and have a fondle?
You're damn right, Bertrum. So, while I'm doing that, why don't you go and watch our hilarious review for Bayonetta Origins, which, along with the reviews for Bayonetta 1, Bayonetta 2, Bayonetta 3, will also be in the description for this very video. So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Our full-blown retrospective on the Bayonetta series of video games. If you enjoyed this little video of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then feel free to give me a thumbs down. But please remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Say goodbye, Bertrum.
Goodbye, Bertram.
Are you still here? Oh, you must have really enjoyed this video then. In that case, you had better subscribe to the channel and check out our other content. Otherwise, you're a booby pants, and no one wants to be a booby pants.